2024 was the best year of my life, and I seem to have traded bullet journaling for bingo. Let's talk about it. Okay, so this is a bit of a weird video. It's an end of year summary, but also we're actually talking about bullet journaling. If you have subscribed to me for a while, you might remember the bullet journaling phase where I had this boy and I would do all sorts of like monthly spreads. You are not going to be able to see because my lighting's set up now. And I would do like a monthly spread. Occasionally I would share it on a monthly basis, and I was using it because I was unemployed. I was making content on a weekly basis. I needed to plan like doctor's appointments, making videos, job centre appointments, all those really fun things. And it made sense for me then. Now that I have a very different life, it no longer makes sense for me to bullet journal the way that I was. It looks like I have no shirt on, I promise I do. It's just white. As much as I love being creative, it just takes too much time, and I don't have a lot of time at the moment. When I started work, my first job in science, I was determined to do outreach and EDI stuff on top of my actual job, because no other disabled scientist should have to have the journey that I did to get there. It shouldn't be as hard as it is for disabled people to get into science, so I wanted to be a voice and share my experiences and hopefully open the minds of employers to be like, oh, maybe disability isn't actually that scary and we can hire some disabled scientists. And I have succeeded in being a voice and doing outreach and doing EDI stuff, but it does take up so much of my time that I don't have time to create nice bullet journal spreads, to spend the time, because I'm not very, well, I am artistic, but I'm not very good at it. I struggle. So for me to create, if I'm following a bullet journal setup video, it might take them an hour to draw the things. For me, it'll take days, and I don't have days anymore. So instead of creating my spreads myself, I have now changed to a planner where it's already written out for me and I just have to fill it in. I hope this will be more helpful than bullet journaling. Bullet journaling is great if you really love drawing things and making the setups. I don't really love it. I enjoy it, it's great, but it's not like a passion. So I have traded in my bullet journaling for a planner, and I've also traded it in for bingo. The Cell to Singularity bingo that I have created has been so much fun this year. It's really helping me to step back from EDI work and do something for me, so I can like make sure that I go out and do something fun. I think it's funny that I have to incentivize having fun. But here we are, I'm having fun, and I'd much rather spend my time in a museum ticking off a bingo card that I made for myself than trying to draw and plan. It feels like work, and I don't want it to feel like work, whereas the bingo card does not ever feel like work. So 2024, what happened in 2024? So I did a lot of EDI work. EDI is Equality, Diversity and Inclusion, and I also did lots of outreach work over the year. So I did a lot of alumni work with my old university. I remember making videos, I've talked about this already, but I was making videos and I was quite bitter when I was unemployed. I was like, oh, my university should have done more. Well, now I'm working with my university to help prevent the problem I had. So I did a lot of that over the year, and then they awarded me Outstanding Alumni. I'm going to put a video up here. I should know what side it is by now, so come win an award with me. I was invited to do a podcast about being a disabled scientist. I gave a talk in London as part of Soapbox Science, where I stood on a literal soapbox and talked about growing cells in flasks and what it's like being a deafblind and disabled scientist, which I thought was very cool. I got some letters after my name. I registered with the Science Council, so I'm now Max Fisher RSCI, which is Registered Scientist, which basically means that I am good at science. It's like a maintained register thing. You have to do lots of CPD, which is continued professional development, to maintain your registration status, which I will be doing. I finished my CPD requirements in 4 months. But something I haven't found the time to talk about, and also I'm still kind of processing because I'm so just incredibly grateful. You see that little blue square back there? I was named the most influential disabled scientist in the UK back in November as part of the Disability Power 100 by the Shaw Trust. So that was a nice little award, and then there's my little certificate for just being on the Disability Power 100 list, which is just absolutely wild. But yeah, to go from unemployed, really bitch about it, they're not gonna cry again, to in less time than I was unemployed for, be the most influential disabled scientist in the UK. It's fine, I'm not crying, but it's great. Obviously, we're gonna move on now. I did drag in Germany, which was incredible. I left the country for the first time, which still absolutely blows my mind that I went to Germany. And then I did a talk at Rarefest, which is a rare disease festival that happens in Cambridge. I did so much stuff, basically, and it was all great and all wonderful. Excuse me, I don't know what that was about. Goals for 2025. I have written them already. I have a couple of secret ones, so I'm not gonna show my goals page because you're sneaky. So I have a project that every year I've been like, yeah, I have a secret project, and then I've edited it out. I'm not doing it this year. I have a secret project. If I don't finish it this year, it's just not ever gonna finish. So this year is like the now or never, so I have to actually do it. Teeth, I have to get my teeth fixed. I lost a tooth. You can sort of see I have a gap. Very flattering. It's partly EDS, partly years and years of depression, partly I bit a rock once, and it cracked, and then bacteria got in, and then it just yeah. The extraction didn't go particularly well, but I'm all healed now. Content goals, like YouTube, online presence, social media. I really want to integrate the different things I do. So all the outreach I just talked about, I didn't really talk about that much on YouTube. It feels very strange. I feel a bit compartmentalized, where I'm still sort of making the content I was making when I was unemployed. But then I'm doing all of this other sort of much cooler stuff than just talking about stuff that's gone wrong with my body. So I kind of just want to like bring that all together. I now have a website. I'm building it. I'm not very good at building it. It's taking its time, but I'm getting there. maxfisher.co.uk. I'll put it down in there. And I just sort of want to integrate everything that I'm doing a bit more. So I want to take YouTube with me to some of the conferences I'm going to like outreach events. I want to be able to talk about it. So my first video in January is going to be like outreach in STEM, what that means for me, and I'm going to talk a bit more about all the stuff that I've been doing. Then like Instagram, I might change up what I do on Instagram, but I'm not sure. Links to all my social media down in the description. And yeah, I basically just want to have it all kind of together. Savings, I have set myself a savings goal. I was like 10% off of my goal for this year, and some of it was just because I went to Germany and I wanted to have a good time, so I took a wedge out just so I could like not think about money. And then some of it was because I had to spend a lot of money on the emergency surgery for my face. I say surgery for the extraction because it did turn into a surgery. It was supposed to just come out, and it didn't. I had loads of stitches going all up the inside of my face. It was not great. And that cost me an arm and a leg, which came out savings. So if I had not had to pay for that, I might have hit my savings goal, but I had to pay for that. So holiday, I talked about this already in my Deafblind solo travel. I think I did. And I want to go on holiday somewhere where I pick the place. I don't do a work thing, because while Germany was fun and I did lots of touristy stuff, I was there for a work thing. I was booked and blessed, and I was there for a thing. This time I want to pick the place. I want to fly there and I'll go do touristy stuff, do some bingo card stuff, and just see the world a bit better. So that's on my goals list. Just one holiday. It's fine. I'm not made of money. And then outreach. I want to try and strike a balance between not burning myself out and doing something every month. So I think January, February, March, I have something each month already. I have a couple of things happening in some months. Some of it is to be decided, some of it I'm still in talks about. But my first quarter is already booked up and it is still 2024. Those are like the main goals, and then I've set myself like little goals. So I want to read at least one book every month. I managed to last year, sort of. I read 12 books across the last year. I went for months without reading a single book, and I kind of want to do it consistently. And some of the books I read were like manga series, so they sort of count, they sort of don't, because they took me like an hour to read, and I read them all, like there was like 7 books and they all counted as one book. So like it was a bit sketchy, like on a technicality I did it, but we can do better this year. I also want to downsize and declutter. I don't know if you can see behind me, maybe don't look too close. I have a lot of stuff. I have so much stuff. I think I need to go to therapy. I'm still in a bit of a hoarder, I don't have any money, I might need a thing kind of mindset, and it's not great. And if I ever want to move house, it makes it very difficult. So I just need like maybe less stuff. I want to visit one museum a month. But I did visit quite a few museums, but they were quite sporadic, and there were months where I just like, all my weekends went into like outreach and EDI stuff. Like November, I had 2 weeks where I had 2 events a week, and it was like every other day I was traveling across the country to do stuff for somebody else, and I was exhausted. So if I set myself a goal of each month I go to a museum, that means I at least get one day of a weekend to do something that I am interested in. I want to maintain my Duolingo streak. I'm learning Arabic. I am going to make a video about it at some point, but my streak is 433 days, so I'm doing quite well. I want to continue to make one video per month, somewhere in the middle. I also want to make a video that's like my break glass in case of emergency video, because I don't have one of those and it's been stressful. And my final goal, I want to finish my tattoo sleeve. I want to finish my blue sleeve because I love it. I love it. I want to get tattooed somewhere else in a different colour. I just want it sort of done. I don't really like unfinished projects, if you can tell. So I just want to finish. Just finish it. Which doesn't mean I have to go down to Cornwall. But I'm just gonna be like, colour me in, fix it. And then we'll see from there. So those are all my goals. I have 15 things to tick off on my bingo card list, so I'm going to do a whistle stop tour. One of the EDI and outreach projects I did this year was working with the Rochdale Science Initiative, which is basically a project in Rochdale which is bringing science to a group of deaf people, and they just want to learn about science, so I took science to them. So for that project, I've ticked off amino acids, nucleotides and DNA, because I work in gene therapy. I was just teaching them about like what is DNA and a little bit about transcription and translation and how DNA becomes proteins. And then we did an amino acid bingo activity, which was so fun. They loved it, I loved it, where I would sign in British Sign Language the 3 DNA bases, and then on their bingo card they would tick off which amino acid the bases I signed corresponded to. They had like a code sheet, and it was great. It was great. I had a great time. I just talked about my dental issues. We are ticking off surgery, antibiotics, remnant core and diet. So remnant core because the top part of my tooth came out as it should have. The root sort of stayed in, so that's the remnant core. It has stayed, the core of it has stayed. And diet because my dentist put me on a diet. Not in like a weight lossy kind of way, in a low carb kind of way, or just less carbs than I was currently eating. Because of ARFID, most of my diet is like carbs and stuff, so now I have to change. That'll be a video, I'm sure. Cells wise, I'm ticking off kidney, brain, lungs and bones because I've grown all of those kinds of cells in flasks this year. TV, I'm ticking off Ice Age and Ice Age again. Because I watched Ice Age and Ice Age 2. I'm also ticking off quartz. I have a little quartz bracelet. One of my dear friends passed away, and at her funeral she has so many of these. It was like a lucky dip, everyone takes one, and mine was clear quartz. So we're ticking off quartz. And we're ticking off cobalt. Cobalt? Unsure. It was the cryptid bingo card they did for Halloween, and as soon as I had like put things on the list, I started getting all of these like Instagram reels of like kobold music in a pub, and it's just the most bizarre like assault on your ears, but also weirdly catchy. So we're ticking off Kobold with that. I think that's sort of it. That's just me rambling about how my year went, how I want 2025 to go, and why I've stopped bullet journaling. I just don't have the time and it doesn't fit my lifestyle anymore. And that's okay. Also, I turned 29 today. It's my birthday. Well, it's my birthday at the time this comes out. It's not my birthday yet in real life. So don't forget to like this video. Well done if you got this far. Drop a comment and wish me happy birthday. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I don't cry on YouTube every time. This is the first time in nearly 4 years that I've shed a tear in a YouTube video. Ring the notification bell so you get notified every time I post a new video. I think that's more helpful now because it happens when my busy life allows. Yeah, so see you.